Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Balancing Act. We are having a good time this morning. I'm Julie Moran.
And I'm Olga Villaverde. All right, do you have a life insurance policy?
Yes.
I do too. Tough subject here. You really should, especially we women. And now is the time to get it. We're going to tell you why coming up.
All the details. Plus, we're in the kitchen with Chef Ralph Pagano. We love this guy.
Love him.
For this new QuickBytes segment. And today he's got juicing tips for us.
Ooh, it's a
very
juicy morning. The Balancing Act starts right now. I want you to visualize some scenarios. You're married with children and suddenly lose your significant other, along with your financial stability. You're single with no children, something happens to you. Who pays your debt? Or you're part of the growing number of single-parent families made up mostly of single moms, and as primary breadwinner and caretaker, if something happens to you, who takes care of your family? Sobering questions, but a necessary discussion. Our guests are experts at helping women protect their families' financial futures. We're talking financial peace of mind, which really is at the top of women's minds today. Meet Joy Collins and Diane Bador of Women's Life Insurance Society. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Joy, let me start with you. When we think about that future, and let's be honest, death, we're not really keeping that in the back of our minds, if you will, but we should, right?
Definitely. When you think of that future, it can happen over a period of time, or it could happen very suddenly. One way to plan for protecting your family financially is through life insurance. Remember, we plan for events all the time. Birthdays, weddings, vacations, and they're over with a blink of an eye. This particular event could last another lifetime.
Diane?
In fact, having life insurance, if a tragedy strikes, can allow you to maintain your current home and your lifestyle.
Joy, I have to admit, when I was single, I thought I was just, omnipotent and I had the world in my hands. And I thought life insurance was more for people who were married, not for me. Not the case.
No, it's not. Life insurance is a financial tool that will work for most ages and most stages of your life. For instance, when you're young and you're healthy, you can purchase life insurance and it protects your future insurability and you take advantage of those lower premium rates.
Diane, what about stay-at-home moms? Important there too?
Oh, absolutely. Think of all the responsibilities on the shoulders of stay-at-home moms.
They're like a CEO of the household.
The stay-at-home parents contributes a huge financial amount to that family, valued at over $118,000 per year.
Wow. A lot of people think, well, I have life insurance through my job, so that should be good enough.
When you have benefits through your employer, they can change in ways that you have no control. When you voluntarily leave your position or you get terminated from your job, you could lose that group coverage and those group rates. But by owning your own life insurance, you have portability, you have more options, and most importantly, you have the continuous coverage.
Now, Diane, I'm sure a lot of people would say, I'd love to have it, but times are tough, I'm counting every penny, I can't make the mortgage, I can't afford it.
I hear that all the time. Yes, many people do overestimate the cost. But there's different types of insurance, and that would make a difference in your rate, and it's based on age and health. So the younger you are and healthier you are, the more likely your rate will be lower. You absolutely need it from the cradle to the grave. This is one product everyone will use.
Joy, what should one keep in mind when purchasing life insurance?
You need to sit down and talk with someone and decide how much to purchase, but ask yourself this: what will be the financial impact on my family if something would happen to me? So think of these three factors: your current expenses, your future expenses, and final expenses that you may have.
Diane, I was reading here that your organization, Women's Life Insurance Society, it has a program to give back. Can you share what that is?
Women's Life was founded in 1892 as a nonprofit membership organization. So it gave women the opportunity to come together to give back right in their own communities. So the local members form chapters, and we call them girlfriends clubs. Oh. And they have so much fun. And they build on their friendships and do community outreach together. So it's these active members that determine who's going to benefit from our corporate giving. In fact, in the past 5 years, Women's Life has contributed more than $4 million to
substantial.
Yes, needy individuals and organizations.
And I'm sure the organization was founded by a woman.
Absolutely.
Very important to note that.
Of course.
Diane, for our viewers out there who would like information on life insurance and your organization, what is the website they can look at?
That would be womenslife.org. That's WOMANS.
Thank you.
One woman at a time.
One woman at a time. And thank you so much. And really, it's peace of mind, as I always say.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the information. And of course, for more information on how you can help your family get financial peace of mind, visit the organization's website, womenslife.org, or look at our website, thebalancingact.com.
I love juicing. That's right, I said it. Keeps my energy level high. It keeps my brain smart. It keeps my eyes clear. I start every day with a fresh juice, and so should you too. Stay tuned for this episode of Quick Bites, and I'm going to show you the way. Today, we're going to make one of my favorite drinks using a Champion juicer, which, by the way, is the only juicer I use in my restaurants and in my home. It allows you to juice everything from hard root vegetables to fresh fruit to greens and even grasses. A lot of juices on the market are called centrifugal juices. That's a high-speed spin that grinds the food. But the Champion is a true masticating juicer. Let me break that down for you. It's the only juicer that actually cuts and chews the produce, which means more juice. Plus, the process allows you to retain more nutrients, vitamins, and of course, flavor. Now, the drink I'm going to prepare for you is carrot and ginger juice. Are you ready? This is how easy it is. Turn the machine on. There's 2 speeds. There's fast and slow. We're going to start it on slow. We're going to take a beautiful carrot. No need to peel it. No need to fool around with anything. You got a little bit of hopper to keep everything tight. You just push the carrot right in. And the Champion juicer does all the work. I got this little damper to push it down. And you'll see it kicks off the fibers to the right. And the juice comes right through here. Take a piece of this ginger. No need to even peel it. I just slice it a little bit so the blade can do its work. Ginger goes in. Flavor comes out. And deliciousness happens. But this is Quick Bites. It's not only about juicing, it's what you do with the juice. All right, so now when the carrot juice gets hot, you add this cornstarch and carrot juice mixture to it. It becomes a velvety, silky, smooth sauce right over the top of our vegetables and our ramen noodles. Are you ready for this? This is how quick dinner is tonight. Boom goes the dynamite. If you're feeling fancy, a little bit of cashew nuts, and that's how simple it is. That is carrot and ginger juice for dinner. For recipes and to learn more about juicing, go to championjuicer.com or visit our website, thebalancingact.com. So until next time, I'm going to enjoy some of my carrot and ginger ramen noodle. Remember, this is a quick bite. But chew slowly. Damn, that's good.
The world of direct selling has created amazing opportunities for people looking to become their own bosses. In fact, direct selling accounts for over $30 billion in retail sales each year. But how can you take advantage of this trend? Well, let's ask my next guest, Andrea Urista, an independent consultant for Jafra USA and Jafra president, Paolo Moleno. Welcome. It's so great to have you on the set.
Thank you.
You know, and I think there's some misconceptions right off the bat about direct selling. And Paolo, what do you want women to know about this field?
they need to know that direct selling is a real opportunity for women. You know, it really empowers women, and just like anything in life, direct selling has evolved. It's not the old door-to-door anymore. Now, companies like Jafra that have been around for 58 years, 17 countries, you know, we give you the fun, the excitement, the nice environment direct selling, but we have added technology and science to it. So your opportunity is real.
That's fantastic. And Andrea, I want to turn to you. And online tools have really changed in the way you can support your customers. What's the biggest change you think in the industry?
Definitely social selling. I feel like it offers a bigger potential to my business because I can find and reach my clients anywhere.
That's so important. And what are some of the positive experience you've had with Jafra?
Oh, with Jafra, it's amazing. I have been in fabulous trips. I drive my Mercedes I earned. I know amazing people. And of course, one of the most important things is that I'm making more money now than I did before with my master's degree.
With your master's degree, you're making more money with Jafra?
No.
Oh my gosh. And you're able to be with your kids too. We were talking about that earlier, right? I mean, this allows you to be both.
Yes, I have 4 children, and I wanted to be involved in their lives. That's why I left my job and I joined Jafra. And now I feel complete because I have my business, but I can say proudly that I'm in all their special moments. Mom is just there when they need me.
That is so important. And there are so many direct selling companies out there. What sets Jafra apart?
Well, many things, Julie. First of all, the products. We have been around for so many years, and the products really work. We have the great technology in these ones. Second one, we have incorporated technology. As Andrea said, you know, we took the word of mouth to a whole new level.
Yes.
Now you have your own store on Facebook, 24/7, and the potential is unlimited. And now she drives a Mercedes, and so many other people are doing the same thing. So Jafra is really at the top of technology as it comes to direct selling.
Andrea, in addition to having fun, why did you choose Jafra as your business?
Why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
The level of support I have is amazing. I can call the president of the company anytime.
And she does, Julie. Anytime.
Jafra is really my business partner. I can count on them all the time. And as I told you, I have 4 children. And I just wanted to be present for them, but also I didn't want to lose my income. And Jafra was the best opportunity I could find. It's the best decision I've ever made.
That's so fantastic. And what advice would you give women wanting to be entrepreneurs?
Don't be afraid. Just take the chance and enjoy what you do. Pick something that you are passionate about. For me, it was my love for Jafra products and the desire to be a mom.
Thank you both for coming in. A great story, great experience, great opportunities for women.
Absolutely. And Julia, one last thing. You know, I learned from a great person in direct selling, Andrea Young, that a person should follow her compass and not the clock. And at Jafra, we really respect that. We have thousands of independent consultants that have been with us for an average of 26 years.
Wow.
And that's only possible because they are really making money, they are really having fun.
And great products.
Absolutely. That work.
That work. Great to have you both today. Really exciting that women can, you know, do this for themselves and their family.
Absolutely.
All right. To find out more about Jafra, log on to joinjafra.com and be sure to visit us at thebalancingact.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter.
There's nothing cuter than little ones or learning you're about to become a mother, unless, of course, you're unable to conceive. And each time you see a baby, your heart saddens. Infertility can be devastating. In fact, 1 couple in 7 struggles to get pregnant. But there is hope. Dr. Juliet Skinner, medical director at the Barbados Fertility Center, joins me this morning to discuss. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning, Olga.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Doctor, let's talk about that. You know, people get married or they want to have a child and they can't conceive. Painful, frustrating. I could probably think of so many words of that anxiety that's going through them.
Infertility is a devastating medical condition. Let's face it, many people spend years actually trying not to become pregnant.
Right, they're avoiding it.
They're avoiding it, and suddenly, you know, the goal becomes a baby and a pregnancy, and this is not happening. So huge frustrations build up. And I think at the end of the day, ultimately, you know, how long does it take to conceive? Well, most couples are going to achieve a pregnancy within 6 months.
Okay.
The medical definition uses a timeline of a year before then it's appropriate to start medical assessment and treatment. Unless, of course, a lady is older than 35, which case that advice is altered to be in more than 6 months. We should certainly investigate and treat those patients because the success rates will decrease as a lady gets older.
And doctor, I know there's many factors as to why someone can't conceive. What are they? Is it stress, environment, their body, what?
Yeah, I mean, there are many factors that can perhaps be a problem. I mean, I think one of the first steps that we take is to review the couple's history, anything from their background. You know, for the lady, is her menstrual cycle regular? Has she had any previous gynecological problems? And, you know, that initial history will allow us to perhaps establish some pointers of where we will turn to. The next step would then be to evaluate and do what's called a primary fertility screen, which would include a test of ovulation, a test of tubal patency, and a semen analysis. And if the lady is over 32, we're usually also going to do an ovarian reserve assessment. Because yes, a woman is born with all of her eggs. We don't make them new. And as we get older, the number and quality of those eggs will decline. And that's a huge factor. And it's also a huge factor as to why is infertility now more common now than it was in our granny's era.
Because everybody's, or most people today are having children later.
Correct.
So for someone out there that says, well, I have to look for that center, what should they look for?
Well, I think choosing the right clinic is a huge decision. I mean, ultimately, obviously, success rate is extremely important. But unfortunately, IVF treatment is also extremely costly, and particularly here in the US.
And I don't think it's covered by insurance.
No, in most states, it's not covered by insurance. It's very much something that someone pays for out of their own pocket.
And let's bring in Barbados Center. A lot of people are going there. Why are they going to that location?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the first thing is when we set Barbados Fertility Center up, it was set up with a vision, which was that, you know, one of the most important things has to be the key that you are individualizing care, that it's not a conveyor belt, that each couple is different. Is infertility stressful? Yes. But I think that we have to think beyond the basic science. You know, science can push things so far, but we've got to take that holistic approach. And let's face it, surely if we can combine IVF treatment alongside the fact that the patient is also in a relaxed holiday setting, that has got to have a positive impact. It's got to improve things. So, you know, I think Barbados as a destination is a place that certainly is very established as a tourism product. You know, we have twice daily flights from Miami and New York. We have a wonderful group of hotels and accommodation, fantastic restaurants and attractions for people to entertain themselves. At Barbados Fertility Center, we have a designated staff member who is there to help make that journey easier if need be. And, you know, and I think that as a centre, we have a full complement of a wonderful team of people. One of those people, Dr. Roberta Corona, joined us last year. And I think that very, very importantly, you know, we all have to have the same vision. And that vision has to be that a 1% improvement in success rate is a baby for someone. We must not lose sight of what we do.
And what you do is so special. And I have an email from a couple who sent us their thoughts on what happened with them. And this is what they wrote, and I'd like to share that with our viewers. They wrote, quote, "Last year today, my dreams came true, and I gave birth to my son. This past year was the brightest and the happiest year of my life. Anytime I hold my baby, I keep telling myself, this is nothing but a miracle." End quote. How fabulous.
Yeah. It is an unbelievably special feeling to do what we do. You know, I think when a patient comes in to show you their baby proudly at the end of delivery, or perhaps sends those early photographs and we get that call. We've had calls from patients when, you know, the husband's calling, she's just delivered. He's bawling, crying, and to let you know, and that you're one of the first people that they ring, okay? And I think what it does is it really grounds us. I think it makes us remember why it is that we do what we do.
For our viewers out there who would like information on Barbados Center, what's the website?
Yep, barbadosfertility.com.
barbadosfertility.com. Thank you, Doctor, for what you do. And if you'd like to learn more, log on to our website, thebalancingact.com. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter.
Thanks so much for starting your morning right here with us today.
Always more information on our website. Check it out, thebalancingact.com.
We're also on Facebook and Twitter. And until next time, now Olga has a hard time with this, but remember, what do we do, Olga?
We're trying to find our balance.
Find your balance. So long, everybody.
I'm working on it. Trying.